You're welcome in Jesus' name. Amen. The message God is giving us today is spiritual work with the Lord and spiritual walk with the Lord. Work and walk with the Lord spiritually and physically, because spiritual controls physically. Whatever that is done spiritual will eventually come out physically. Who are we following? We are created in the image of God. God the Almighty, the God who created the universe, work. He worked first day to sixth day. He was working. He was working. And that is his work. That is his work. Now, in this, the men of God and women of God tend to be concerned only on spiritual work with the Lord, as in preaching on the pulpit or, evangelist. They take it as their work. Which that thing, spiritual, which is evangelism or preaching or teaching, is work with the Lord. What happened to work? W-O-R-K, what happened to it? Men of God and women of God, people that God has called or chosen, or claim that God has called and chosen. Everybody's called, everybody's chosen. Every person, everything God created is beautiful and marvelous in His eyes. So you must do this thing, two things. You must work and you must walk with the Lord. You can't be lazy. You can't choose the only one that benefits you, that you're called to preach on the pulpit and you sit around reading only Bible, you study from morning to night, waiting for who will come for you to pray for, waiting for emergency that you will be called to pray on, waiting to go to the hospital and pray. That's the only work you have, or you want to work. You take it as your work and you take it as your work with the Lord, which is wrong. If God who created us work from day 1 to day 2 to day 6 and rested on day 7, what is the meaning of it? You have to work in order to rest. You cannot get rest. God cannot bless you spiritually, physically. You cannot have rest. What are you going to reap? Is it not the fruit of your labor? You are not laboring. You only choose that you are laboring in the vineyard of God, and that is where you will reap. The reaping of the vineyard, the reaping of the work done in the vineyard of God is in heaven. It's only when we die, God will take account of your work, the labor you labor in His vineyard, how many people He has chosen you to call, you have called, how many corrections He chose you to make to people's life you made. That is where the accountability of your rest or reaping the fruit of that labor comes in. But the rest of work, your handwork, comes on this earth while you're living. The Lord rested after He worked. And let me tell you, this work with the Lord, this work, physical work, your handwork, or whatever thing that you're working, you're laboring on, you can't just be alone. Some men of God or some women of God, or you behave like pagans who sit around waiting for where they will call to come and do something. They are tie this one for me, do this. That they have taken that as their work and also their work. So they sit around even working on themselves. Please come and do that, I may have customers. Now they have carried the same pattern into the church, the house of God. You see a man of God, you sit. I'm still growing. My ministry is still growing, so I don't have more members. So you sit around praying, God bring members for me. Anybody come to my church and see me? You don't want to walk. You don't want to work. And you want to reap. So you want to reap from those people. That's why you have called it business. But this is not how God has kept it from the beginning. I remember that time, if you are told that God has chosen you, you say God forbid, because you know that you will not go to work again. You are not going to go to office. The things you know how to do or you love doing, you will be denied. God is not like that. God is not wicked. Apostle Paul is a barrister. Peter is a fisherman. God called tax collectors. They did not abandon their work. That is why in the New Testament, Acts of Apostles, Paul was telling the Corinthians, I do not want to put a load on you by demanding that you people should be bringing something to me. I work. I have my handwork. God is blessing me with them. You see that combining it. They are working and they are walking right with the Lord. Sometimes some men of God or some women of God or some Christians, believers will say, I don't want this thing that is trending, this Gen Z generation. I don't want to involve myself. The thing of internet, I don't know how to do it. The thing of, you don't want to grow. God was growing. God work, and he bring Jesus to bring in more generation. Jesus moved with the generation he met with. He moved with them. And he makes something good out of it. Remember, Jesus worked as a carpenter. He has a handwork. Even when he started doing the work of God that God has called him for. He is still working. You see, because read very well, you will see he's still working. Don't be lazy. The Lord has called us to work and walk with him. So if God asks you to trend with what is trending in your generation, make a very good use of it. Make use of your handwork. If it is skills, be doing it while you're doing the work with the Lord. You are not restricted to only work for God. You are not restricted. You are behaving like a Pharisee by putting a burden on your members or your disciples, and they will look, before you know it, if you have a member, 50 members, they will look up to you now. You are not working. Them, before you know, they will tell you that they are called to be a pastor. So therefore, they will not work. They will come and learn how to. All of you will just sit around in that church, that small church, sitting around every morning. I come tomorrow. You call church your office of church. We know that the spiritual offices that God brings, office of apostles, office of discipleship, office of healers, or office of prophets, there is no way it is recorded office of church there. Jesus did not have office of church. If we claim that we are Christians, we are following Christ, we cannot have office of church where every morning you open up your church. Nothing. You don't have school you're managing. You don't have skills. You don't have saloon. Where will you meet people? Jesus was walking around, walking everywhere, from evangelizing. Your work can take you to a place, and from there you will now work for God in that person's life. So God do not want us to be like a pagans. Some of the pagans, if opportunity comes for them to travel outside country, they will say that their gods do not permit them to travel above this bridge. Is that not a bondage? Your God do not permit you to travel across this bridge or cross another state. Once it's done, you will die. Almighty God is not like that. He can permit you to be a stylist. He can permit you to work with what is trending online. Digital marketing, whatever. God can permit you to do them as long as it's legit. It's not fraud. Because He wants to use you to help some people, to teach some people, and to involve so many people into His spiritual work. I am giving you work and I'm giving you Bible. Does it not go one in one? It goes one in one. Come and work in my office, and before you know, God will tell you one thing about it. Have you met with Christ? That person you have given to work, don't you think He would love to work for you, to work the same work you're working in Christ? The person will eventually embrace it. But when you don't have work, I remember some church, what they do is that they will open school, and they will not make an announcement in their church. As long as you're a member of the church, we have these offices open. But the Lord, the Christ that we are following, anything that you are seeing as a bondage, Christ is no longer involved there. Giving you conditions, giving you terms, because I give you work, this is how I want you to work. You must serve in my church. It's a bondage. Christ is no longer involved in it. It's a bitter truth. Allow people meet Christ, and allow people be open up, and allow God to choose work. God wants them to work. Allow them meet a new person, so that they can be able to evangelize in their offices. Some persons will say that Christians are not allowed to be in the politics. Who says that? Is it because our politics are corrupt? But how are we going to make it to be genuine, to be clean, if Christ did not come in there? Then who will go? Who are Joseph? Who can be in prime ministers? Who are Esthers? Who can be queen? First lady? Not available. And that is how things keep spoiling, because everybody boxes themselves in a particular place. That I'm a pastor's wife, therefore I'm not allowed to do this kind of thing. I'm not allowed, because you don't hear from God. Esther hears from God. Who are the Mordecai? Where are they? Where are King David? None is found, because we are all running back to the old terms. If I have a member, 50 members, and all these 50 members are not looking up to me, I make their face to look up to Christ. And within these 50 members, there are kings there, there are queens, there are governors there. Won't you allow them to be free and find out who they are? And begin to work. Don't teach them. Don't teach them wrong teaching. Allow them meet Christ. And you that is standing on the pulpit, we the preachers or teachers, who are you? What is your handwork? Is your handwork? Don't tell me that some people are called to pulpit, and it's only on pulpit that they will work and they work for God. Christ is not there. Christ is not there. You must be doing something to be blessed with. You must labor. You must labor, physical labor, for God to bless that your handwork. And also God will give you enough grace on His work, spiritual work, that He will bless you when you die. He will bless you with His kingdom. You don't reap the fruit of your spiritual labor while you are not yet dead. That's why Apostle Paul says, I don't want to call people and at the end I'm looked for. I cannot find myself. They are looking for me, they will not see me. Where? Is it on the earth? No, it's in the heaven. So your spiritual walk with the Lord will be paid for when you die. You will reap the rest, the fruit of it when you die. Then your physical work, you will reap it while you're on earth. That is how Jesus, God has made it. And that is why he brought his son to teach him that you have to walk a carpentry work with your father. You have to learn it. This is what you can use to make payment. Why did Jesus collect money from the fish, not of fish, and pay to Caesar as his tax? That is another work he's doing. Fisherman. So from the business of the fishing, he can use it to pay, settle any physical debt, any physical payment, bills. Don't tell me you don't have house rent and you sit down and be fasting and be praying and be blessed, hoping for God to bring manna. Who is teaching this kind of teaching? Allow people. Go and don't be lazy. Hunger will kill you. It's written in the book of Proverbs. Don't be like pagans who sit around doing nothing. When you sit and sit too much, you become too lazy. You can't even do anything again. You're handicapped physically and spiritually. Opportunities will be coming, you'll be declining because you're too lazy to do it. You have sit and become too lazy to do anything. So all you need is easy money. Easy money. You and the ritualists are the same. Because you're waiting for members. You're waiting for when you are called for spiritual work. When you go and pray, they will pay you. Hey brother, thank you. Reverend, thank you. Pastor, thank you. Take this one. God bless you. You're waiting for God bless you. Envelope of God bless you. That is what pagans does. What makes us different? They sit around waiting for people that will bring problems, spiritual family problems. They will tell you, bring goat, bring lamb, bring a goat, bring this and pay me for doing this. That is their business. It's their office. You Christ, you Christians, you believers, why would you be pointing at another person while you are still doing the same thing? Spiritual work and spiritual walk with the Lord is two different things. And this is the combination. And you cannot be alone in it. That is why when God was creating, he said, come, let us create a man. You cannot be alone. There is a partnership. Partner with people. Now, this is what I'm doing online. How do you know about it? Do you know anything? Imagine when you have a friends or a members of 10 in your group, 10 in a team, and 10 of them, they don't know anything concerning digital stuff. You have a problem on your social media something, and you call, so please, could you help me? No, I don't know about it. I don't even have data. Is it not a slap? But if you have a team, if something happened in a car, you can be able to call one that knows about car, maybe a mechanic or somebody that has read a mechanical engineer. Please, could you fix? Yes. Please, do you know somebody in advertising agency? Yes. Please, do you know somebody in communication? Yes. Please, my phone, I can by sight your phone and fix it. This person is blessed. This person is blessed. This person is blessed. A worker come. You can't point out and say, God have shown me that this person is good in this tech. You think it's only about fasting? No. We have to sit up. Christians, we have to sit up. Christ sat up. He work and the walk. If your walk with the Lord is right, He will give you a right work to do, a right office. When the time comes, he can tell you, okay, it is time. He will make them, they will sack you or whatever. Bring another work and give it to you. Because there's something he needed to do. He needed you to do there, spiritually. You can't sit in your house doing both spiritual work and physical work. You will plan such to your children. You will teach your children the same. Everybody we sit down and become too lazy. Wife is lazy, husband is lazy. How do you want your children to you want them to have the hard work? Allow them. A big assignment you cannot do. All you need is nanny because you get money. And you call a PP to your office. Monday to Sunday. Monday to Monday, you're in your office of church. Organizing. Because everybody is coming to you. If people are not coming to you, if you are not being taken as God, where people will have problems, they want to come to you. If you have directed them to God, to Christ, the way me, I am going to God when I have problem. I want you to go to God when you have problem. I don't think you will sit down in your office Monday to Monday doing nothing. You won't even call it your office. You will get tired. You want to do something. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? There's a work coming. Please, I'm interested. You'll be eager to go to work. Because nobody is coming to you. You're not hosting Monday to Wednesday service. That's why so many of the people, they will host Monday, Tuesday service up to Sunday service. Because they want to be busy. It's the office. It's a bitter truth. We need to sit up. It's a hard truth. We need to sit up. Find something. Ask God to tell you the way God has called you for spiritual work. That is when He has called you for physical work. If the people who invented aeroplane have sat down and only praying and fasting and going to service upon services, they wouldn't have brain to invent aeroplane that is flying us now up and down. If people who invented car have only sat down doing only spiritual work without physical work, without even common education, they wouldn't have invented that car. What about phone? Have you not asked yourself? The Lord told me that aeroplane was flying by the power of the Holy Spirit. That means whoever that invented this aeroplane is spiritually grounded. But I don't see the person having church anywhere or having ministry anywhere that he calls his office. You need to sit up, study, go to school. Relate to God. Let God tell you the kind of work He wants to use you for on this earth, that you may help people. You think only teaching and preaching is only the work we are going to answer when we go to heaven? This aeroplane or this car that somebody invented, you know how many people it accepts that I want to rush somebody in the hospital. For that car, God will calculate it in many lives you have helped. It will be ticking for you. And you think it's just by sitting on the pulpit, standing on the pulpit, preaching and teaching, that you say, I have called many members. Many farmers who feed the nation with rice. It will be counted, because if not for this food, some people would have starved. God will count it as, when I'm hungry, you give me food. It's your handwork. You planted, you harvested it, you sell it, and you help. You make provision. So why sit down and lazy about? We should not do that. We are not pagans. We should stand up and know the offices you are called and walk towards that office. I see one comedy somebody was making. When we are little, what will you be when you grow? What do you want to be? Who will you be? He said, I want to be a doctor. And when the person go, it become a masquerade. I laugh. It's true. Some doctors, some people who are called as a medical doctor that are supposed to help a delivery of a destiny is a masquerade. Or is somewhere cornered saying that you are not supposed to go to school. Uncivilized. We have to grow up. Teaching and preaching has to change. Don't make your members to be lazy. Don't make your co-pastors to be lazy. You stand up, have a handwork, and every other small pastors that call them pastors, we know that pastorate office is not a place to sit down and they pray and eat food. That is a place of work. You don't have to be lazy. You have to be handwork. You have to sit up, stand up. You have to read. You have to practice. You have to get to know what is happening in this generation so that you will know how to follow them. So please, every viewers, don't be lazy. God hates a lazy person. That's why He taught us by example, by being a hard work God. Even up till now, He is still working to make sure that the work do not collapse. You know how rich people used to, when you have a big company, it's not by having a big company you go and be dozing sleep. You still have to work to protect it, the legacy, to protect the company, that it may not fall. That is the work God has been doing up till now. What are you protecting? You can only protect what you have. If you don't have office, if you don't have work, you cannot protect it. You cannot protect it. Before you know it, you will begin to count how many members that have left your church, because that's your office. So let's grow up. The youths, the children, don't be afraid of the call. The call is sweet. It's not like it was before. The calling, God calls everybody. It is very sweet because you have the freedom to study, to travel, to invent, to use your brain. You have the freedom of intelligence and work. Even if your call is dancing, you can use dancing, is this singing, it's not until you sing to choir, sing to church. God will show you. That is the importance of knowing God personally, so that He can tell you the office He's sending you to, just like He sent Joseph. And in that office, He will give you the intellect to handle it. The kind of personnel you are going to meet, how to handle them. And that is where the wisdom comes. You cannot lazy about and expect wisdom to come. No, wisdom does not come to people who are lazy. Who is looking for gossip? Who is looking for who they will have problem with so that they will talk, arguments? No. Spiritual people don't even have time for argument. They don't have time for past, that you have done me this, I begin to hold on. They don't have time for grudges, because they know they're moving forward. So grow up in your spiritual work and in your spiritual walk with the Lord. Thank you and God bless you.